Hi, this is Nick from BikeTalk. Today I was at Ciclavia, and one of the things I did was talk to people from the Alliance for Climate Education who were at Pershing Square there to deliver a message to the LA Unified School District about sustainability. They want the district to keep its promises about being green. I was directed to two students who were very articulate.
Abby Hirsch.
And Pablo Gomez.
I'm here to ride with Ciclavia, and we have this mission statement, and we want to have higher sustainability throughout schools in LAUSD. And we're hoping that by riding at Ciclavia, where there are going to be a lot of people, obviously all these people are concerned about the environment since they're taking part in this bike to the beach. We hope to raise awareness through this and to get a lot of attention.
I think the greatest thing about Ciclavia is that there's so many people from the same city. I know worldwide our city isn't as seen as environmentally friendly as it really is, and I think that there are a lot of great people in the city that care about the environment like myself, and that there's this big event with this many people that come together and kind of show that, you know what, despite what everybody thinks, we're not alone. We're here together. We're here to fight for green initiatives, for the green movement, and I think that's the best part about Ciclavia.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
I am also a senior.
In the school?
Van Nuys High.
We both go to Van Nuys. Yeah.
And where do they make people like you?
Well, I mean, yeah, we aren't born, we're made, right? Environmentalists, I guess. We kind of just, we are taking AP Environmental Science, but a big thing that actually sparked my interest, at least, was when ACE actually came to our school and did an assembly. But, you know, it's been growing. Like, there have been other, indications, I guess. And also, I've said this before, but I have this little anecdote. And one time I was hiking up at Griffith Park at the observatory because there's a little hiking trail. And I looked over once I got to the top. I looked over at LA, and I was expecting to see a beautiful, scene of the valley and everything, but it was pretty much clouded by this huge, massive smog. And that's this is my city. A lot of people live here, and I want to do something about it, And it's I feel like by raising this message or raising awareness of this, people will find out that it's really not that hard to do. There's nothing at all to lose, and just everyone should take part.
Right. I'm in that class with Abby, but I guess the first time that I kind of got involved with the environment is when I was watching a few movies. I was really just browsing on Netflix, and I mean, you know what? I don't come from an environmentally friendly family, not on purpose, and it just came to me, and I was watching Food Inc. It's a great movie by Robert Kenner, right? And I was just watching it, and I realized that there's so much that we don't know. There's so much that's hidden from us, and there's so much that we can do. And I just kind of realized that every single one of my actions does have an impact. I am a person. I do live on this planet. Things are real. Things are alive, and I kind of have to watch what I'm doing. I'm not going to be the last generation here, and I hope that there are people everywhere that are realizing that everything that they do matters. And I guess the biggest thing was when I adopted veganism. I just realized that I eat 3 times a day. This is a big thing, and when I did it afterwards, I felt great. I knew that it was good for my body, it was good for the planet, it was good for everything around me, and I don't know, I'd never go back. I can't see a life that isn't this way anymore.
I also am a vegan as well. I'm kind of newer to it than Pablo is. I'm only 2 months in, but yeah, it's definitely a choice that I'm really glad I made. And it's not, it would be great if other people became vegans too, but it's, you don't have to start with that. It's great to start by, higher sustainability in schools. We, at Van Nuys High School, we have this new sustainability, or this new recycling system where you sort out your recyclables and your compostables. And if we just if every school adopted that, it would make such a big impact. And it's not that hard to do, you know? Like, maybe you do have to walk a couple of steps out of your way to throw your trash away, but come on, like, if anyone did that, imagine how much greater that would be. Actually, I just, yesterday, I went to Berkeley for, like, this open house kind of thing, and they have that sustainable thing, too, over there. So, like, you know, Berkeley's already doing stuff like that. All their dorms are really green. They have, like, with their toilets and just everything, they have, like, really green facilities. And so I think the movement is really spreading, and I hope that by doing this, we're going to help it spread even more to younger generations.
Do you think that Ciclavia helps get people riding instead of driving their cars?
Definitely.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, recognizing this event as like an LA from downtown to Venice Beach, having this as a recognized citywide event, like, I think it's just amazing that to know that the city's on our side, you know, like the city, all these mayors, you know, I went to a forum, all these mayors are talking about like new bike initiatives, about having bike lanes everywhere and sharing the road and all this good stuff. And it's just great to know that the city's on it. I know it's a young event. It's only 2010 was the first time, but like this is a new age, I guess I'd say, and a new age where it's not, you know, like back in the 70s where it was just like, oh, hey, you know, like we're out here, we're not driving cars or whatever. It's like serious people being serious, and like the city's on our side. It's us, it's the city, and you know, we, like Abby said, we don't have anything to lose. We only have things to gain. We have to gain back the beauty of our city. We have, you know, instead of being trapped in this box just honking at each other, we have, you know, riding side by side with, you know, with the fresh air going through your hair and whatnot. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's definitely encouraging. I mean, we're on our way from the metro station. It was just crowded with bikes, so it's great to know that there are people. I'm assuming they were coming over here. I don't see that many bikes usually, but it's great to know that people are getting involved.
And this event, like, it's a really great way to spread awareness of it too, because I think people kind of don't realize like that biking is an option, really. Like, they kind of just are like so used to driving and cars being everywhere. But you know, like when I first started biking to school, and I kind of like told my friend asked, oh, did you drive something? Like, no, actually I biked. They're like, wait, what the heck, you bike to school? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Like, people, like, by doing this event, by coming here and by hearing about it, I think this kind of like makes it more of a really like a reasonable option, and like that's what it should be, you know? People should, like, it's good that people can realize like, oh yeah, biking is actually a cool, fun thing to do, and like anyone can do it. And I really love that there are more bike lanes now, because it makes it a lot easier to bike, like on, like, contrary to what people might think, it's actually safer to bike on the actual road, like in a bike lane, than on the sidewalk, because you're actually more likely to get hit. So it's good that like the more people bike, you know, the more bike lanes there are going to be on the streets, the more people can bike even more. So yeah, it's a pretty good cycle.
So do you guys give seminars or anything? Where can we catch more?
Well, I guess in the future I do plan on talking more about the environment. I'm definitely, you know, a lot of the times I kind of think like there's so much going on and there's so much that I want to do that I kind of think to myself like, hey, come on, like, what if I just stopped here and just went into some simple lifestyle and stopped caring? But personally, like, that's not even an option for me. I can't see myself living in a way that I'm not trying to fight for things like this, for people to come together and make the world a better place. As corny as that may sound, I'm sorry.
Yeah, actually, I read this sign somewhere, and I think it was from a political cartoon also, and it said, well, what if global warming is just a big hoax and we create a better world for nothing? And I thought that was so funny, because like, it's true, you know, maybe this is just like a natural cycle of warming that the earth goes through, but what's so bad about like having cleaner air and, you know, not having to breathe like so much carbon dioxide and not having to see so much smog when you go hiking? Like, what's so bad about that, you know? And I don't know why, like, a lot of people have some people don't, I don't know, like, I don't know if they're offended, but some, you know, like, Paul and I, sometimes when we say like, oh yeah, we're vegan, they're like, oh my god, like, what? Ew. Yeah. Or like, how? You know? But it's like, I think the more that we kind of like this movement, the more that people like see what we're doing, they see it's like it's okay, it's cool maybe. Like, I guess that, like, they just need to see that it's not so radical, you know, because it really isn't.
And maybe Ciclavia helps people to see that it's not so radical that a lot of people are doing it.
Because, hundreds, thousands of people are here. I think that's amazing. Our city's really big. We have a lot of people here, and that there are over 100,000 people here participating says that this is definitely something that our city cares about.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is the main thing to say, but there definitely is like a social aspect to it. Like a lot of people tend to, you know, follow the crowd. So I think if they see like this really big event and a lot of people biking, then they're going to be like, oh, that's cool, you know, like we can bike too. But I guess like the fact that right now like veganism and vegetarians, like they're a pretty small group, they're kind of like more people, it's easier to like criticize them. But I don't know, I guess like, you know, with Ciclavia, things like this, people see like it's not that bad and it's a good option.
A couple of the Alliance for Climate Education organizers were there too.
Jessica Murillo. I'm with the Alliance for Climate Education, and I'm a Southern California educator. You know, Ciclavia is a really awesome event. It's a really great opportunity to get students out on the bikes using alternative transportation. It's a community building event, and it's really a way to demonstrate, I guess, you know, the power of alternative transportation to bring people together. And I think in a city like Los Angeles that's so spread out, you really don't have very many opportunities for community building. You know, Ciclavia is a really great event because, especially this one, because we get students from all across LA County together here right in downtown to talk about alternative transportation, talk about sustainability in their schools. And these are students that never would have met before, you know, so this is a really great opportunity for them, and I'm just really excited to be here.
We talked to a couple of students that you just connected us with here, and they mentioned, one of them did, the presentation you did as being the genesis of their activism. Can you comment on that?
Yeah. So part of the programming of the Alliance for Climate Education is that we get to go into high schools and middle schools free of charge and present climate science. And there's no other organization that does this. It's completely free. We do it from an engaging angle. And then we also work with students one-on-one afterwards. So they come up and talk to us, and if they're interested in getting involved, we can hook them up with different programs and campaigns and ways to get involved. So Ciclavia is actually an example of one of the things that we do with the students.
Christina von Hoffman. I am the Southern California Regional Manager for the Alliance for Climate Education. We've educated over 1.5 million students just in the last 3 school years with climate science that sticks. It's all about educating the students not only about basic issues like the greenhouse effect and the human impact on the environment, but most importantly about solutions, student-driven solutions. So we work with student leaders on campuses to enact carbon and waste-reducing projects and campaigns similar to the campaign that's taking place here today at Ciclavia. So we've brought our campaign for a mandatory climate action plan, and our students have crafted a message for LAUSD that will be delivering to City Hall to the Director of Sustainability. We brought it to Ciclavia particularly because this is an emissions-free event, and the students have an opportunity to speak their values into action at this event today. It's appropriate spirit, and we're really excited about it.
And that was the Earth Day edition of Bike Talk. I hope you liked it. Very special thanks to Amber Young.
Oh yeah! Take the lead! LAUSD! Woo! Take the lead! LAUSD! Take the lead! LAUSD! Take the lead! LAUSD! Woo! Take the lead! LAUSD! Take the lead! LAUSD! Take the lead! LAUSD!